Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and DiscoveringBands.com, and for everyone watching who shares video on my channel and helps support the awesome bands I feature. And today I'm here at Ayria. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you. Good to see you again.
Great to see you. And I want to start off by saying, when you started Ayria like over 20 years ago, did you ever expect it to become what it is today?
No, when I started it, fans of a lot of the bands in the scene at the time, and I just had some songs on my mind, and I thought, I'll record them and see where it goes. I never knew how long you get to do this or anything. It's just like your artistic expression, and I loved dancing and clubbing at the time, and 21 years later, and I'm still dancing and clubbing and doing this. Yeah. So yeah, I couldn't have expected it, but it's been a fun ride. It's been fun.
And I want to go back a little bit and say, what got you into this dark style music to begin with?
I guess, growing up, kind of hearing stuff like, the first stuff, like obviously like mainstream music, like Nine Inch Nails, and I've always loved Depeche Mode. And then, discovered kind of more the underground scene with, kind of like the dark techno with like V&V Nation and Pop Berserk, and that stuff was kind of popular when I was first starting to dance at clubs, and there wasn't a ton of women doing it at the time, but I was inspired by anything out there. There was some, I like, some of the like California scene. I had like some bands out there, and just influenced by all of it, the mix of goth, dark wave and industrial, and which, kind of dark techno, hearing all of it and loving to dance and love the dramatic and this the look of it and the aesthetic, kind of got into it all and was clubbing, and that was the scene that embraced us, and that's where we ended up, and yeah, been there ever since. Yeah. But like goth, I also incorporate my kind of, blonde aesthetic, kind of, because I kind of tie some pop elements into my music. So yeah, it combines everything that I kind of was inspired by growing up.
And speaking of V&V Nation, that's when I first saw you touring with them in New York, like almost 20 years ago. And do you think that really helped spread the word Ayria, open up for them?
Yeah, I feel fortunate. We toured with them in 2009, and I was already doing this since 2003, so I already had like 3 releases under my belt, and I had done some big tours with the Crew Shadows, so I felt like we kind of already had made a name for ourselves in those first 6 years with the first 3 releases. So when I got on V&V, that just helped me. There's people that already knew us, and that was amazing, and we had a good crowd there. And then anyone, obviously V&V being the epic band that they are and the giant band they are, obviously would have opened some more doors and exposed us to some different audience members. And I think that our sound is a real compliment to what they were doing, because it's also dancey, but female vocals. So yeah, but it was a great opportunity, and obviously a tour of that size that introduces you to new fans, and yeah, we had a great time, and it was a good tour with them.
Awesome. Tell us about your experience so far at Dark Force Fest.
Wow, I've never played this festival. I think I've played an iteration of it when it was 2010, and it was called Triton, and it was down near Coney Island. And that was the last time I kind of played a festival like in New York, this area. So it's my first time at Dark Force Fest, and this is amazing. It's it's this convention. There's amazing vendors selling all kinds of really crafty, artsy, beautiful things. So, and it's really fun just to wander and people watch, and everyone's really kind and nice, and I think it's a really friendly and relaxed vibe. So I'm really enjoying it.
Sometimes there's nothing like you. I should
Awesome. I know you have some Canadian shows coming up. Is this your only U.S. show this year?
This year, yeah, we just ended the USA. We did 5 weeks down there in October, November, December, where we did we headlined our own tour and did the whole US on the Battle Cry tour. And this show kind of falls, a few months later, I'm back in the US doing Dark Force Fest. And then I'm in the UK in August. And yeah, and then we want to do a few Canadian, like my home area is Toronto, Canada. So we want to line up a few kind of more hometown shows, hopefully the fall. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, for everyone, how do they find you on social media, look you up, get your music?
Yeah. So yeah, website's ayria.com. Social media is ayria.official. I think Instagram's also ayria.official. Because somehow Ayria was taken. I don't know. I don't know by who, but then yeah, find me on Instagram, Facebook, my website. I'm pretty easy to find out there. Yeah.
I know you just released an album recently. Do you have plans to release another one or future, or what's the future area look like?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is my Battle Cry came out. I guess it's almost like a year and a half now. And then toured that, and I'm already working. I would say I'm about halfway done the next release, and that'll be release number 7. Yeah. It's funny because when this was my Battle Cry, there was a little gap between my last one, Paper Dolls, in 2016, and is my Battle Cry, but obviously the pandemic fell in there and nobody was motivated to do anything. So this is my Battle Cry. I almost, when I think back, like the song Battle Cry, there was a lot of like kind of darker droning songs, and because nobody was clubbing or dancing or anything like that. And now that I'm back out, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll do a few more upbeat to go back to my roots with some of the dancey stuff. But, all my releases, there's not one consistent thing. It's always, there's going to be a ballad, there's going to be stompy songs, there's going to be synth pop. So hopefully, I continue on that and find a good blend for the next release. So yeah, I'm not stopping yet. So
No, that's exciting to hear, because I know sometimes you take a little break in between releases. So to hear you're already working on material is awesome. And does an event like this really inspire you even more?
yeah, the last year we played a festival in the UK called Resistance, and it was my first show since, I don't know, 2018, I think. And that kind of just like the friendly people, seeing the crowd again, getting that energy, that kicked it off for me to want to, tour again, play shows, and just get out there and then write music, obviously. So, it's kind of hard. Like most of us balance a day job with what we do. So just finding that time to work on that is kind of a challenge, but I'm inspired again. And so hopefully I can wrap something up in the next little bit, because I am halfway there on a lot of the songs. So yeah.
Awesome. It was great having you, talking with you, and everybody look her up.